Warning: this video contains opinions. Viewer discretion is advised. I know nobody wants to say it or believe it, but it's so over for women as soon as the AI sex robots go mainstream. Hell, not even full mainstream, just as soon as they become available. As soon as one comes out, even if it's like $20,000, people are going to jump on that so fast, like it's not even going to be funny. And I mean, like, you may think that they might be too expensive, but people buy cars that are far more expensive. And if you tally up the amount of money that a man probably pays for a woman for like a year, it's probably going to end up being the same amount as one of these dolls. And for all the people who think that this isn't going to happen, you're just either living under a rock or just flat out just delusional, because men are lonely and they're at the mercy of women. And we all know that women just want like the top 1 to 10% of men. And that just disqualifies everybody else in the dating pool. Now, there's a lot of reasons to this, but for the sake of time, I'm not going to go through all of them because I don't want this video to be long at all. So, one of the big main glaring ones pretty much is basically just porn. I don't think it comes as a shock to anybody to know that men are addicted to porn and they prefer that or some type of like OnlyFans over having a real relationship with a woman because it's either too hard or they can't find one due to not meeting the expectation of the average woman of today, which is extremely high due to the fact that social media has essentially ruined women and their outlooks on what they're supposed to be looking for in a mate. And also, let's just be honest, the majority of women just lean left. They're extremely liberal for the most part, and men, for the most part, are more conservative. So when you have every factor sort of working against you, it's very difficult, especially in the times that we live in currently. And to make matters worse, women have found how to manipulate and use this power based off of the male desperation around them. Instagram attention, OnlyFans, dating apps, validation loops, like, treating them like they're queens and all of this stuff. This has become mainstream, whereas it just used to be a selective few. And if you have friends, like how I have friends, you hear stories of this constantly, time and time again. And if you scan the internet, you're going to find the truth there as well, whether it be on Twitch, YouTube, any sort of influencer. Men just tend to be simps because they cannot find women in their IRL life. So they decide to put women on pedestals, and hence why the women abuse this. And they're able to abuse this because men can only use pornography. They don't actually have access to physical touch. Hence, where the AI sex robots are going to come in. Once this becomes available, they'll feel no reason to put these women on a pedestal, support them, give them positive affirmation, and all of this will disappear because the men won't have to deal with constant rejection from women just because they're not the top 10% of their gender. Now, here's where the fun part happens. Women are going to get completely effed by this because they're not going to get the attention that they're used to getting. It's literally going to flip on its head, and then they're going to be the ones who are going to have to settle. But the men, because let's face it, men already choose pornography over real women anyway. And a man is going to get affection, company, validation, sex, conversation, loyalty, and consistency from an AI sex robot. People are already talking to ChatGPT as if it's a real person. That's already happening. Just wait until it's something that you could actually buy and put in your house and also have sex with. Because as time goes on, more and more women and men are becoming more lonely the older they get, and less people are getting into relationships. And the AI sex robot is actually going to make that a whole lot harder, but for women specifically, because women can't get what they need from a robot, but a man can. So when I say it's over for women, it's so over. Because they're going to have to actually date people who are at their level of attractiveness, because they're not going to be able to shoot for the top 10%. And they're going to have to scratch, gnaw, bite, and do everything they can just to grab a hold of something. But by then, it's going to be too late because every single guy is going to be able to buy something or take out a loan like they do for a car. And that's just going to be the end of it. And it will be socially acceptable, and that's it.